Hi guys, welcome back to another algebra lesson, our final algebra lesson this time. We're going to look at factorising and what that means and how we do that. So let's jump in. So let's begin by just looking at the difference between expanded form and factorised form. So expanded form is when we have no brackets included within our answer, as you can see here on the left. Factorised form is when we've taken out a common factor and we have brackets included. So 3 was a common factor of 3a and 6, so we end up with 3 brackets a plus 2. So before we can begin to factorise something, we need to look for the highest common factor. So let's just quickly recap that. So 3d and 15, we're looking for something that we can divide both 3d and 15 by. Now, when we're talking about algebra, this could be a number or a pronumeral. It could be either, it could be both. In this case, 3d has a pronumeral, but 15 doesn't, so it can't be a pronumeral. So it must be a number which is the highest common factor. So 3 goes into 3 and 15, so the highest common factor here is 3. Okay, so let's look at 10FG and negative 5GH. So again, we're looking for a highest common factor of either a number or a pronumeral. In this case, it's both. 5 goes into 10 and goes into negative 5, and G is also in both. So the highest common factor here is 5G. Okay, let's look at how do we factorise. So what we're trying to do is find the highest common factor and remove that from our expression and put it outside our brackets. So 4x plus 8. So the first thing I do is I'm going to draw a box around it. And I'm going to say, what can I divide 4x and 8 by? Well, both of those can be divided by 4. So I'm going to remove my 4. If I go 4x divided by 4, or we're going to cancel that 4 out and we ended up with just x, and 8 divided by 4 is 2, so we end up with x plus 2. Now this number on the left here goes outside our brackets and this goes inside our brackets, so we end up with 4x plus 2. Put our little box around it, and we're going to look at 3x as our highest common factor, because there's an x in both and there's a 3 in both, so 3x, which leaves us with x, because we've got one x left, minus 1, because we're taking all of that out of it. So what we end up with is 3x brackets x minus 1. Last two, so 8x plus 28, again we're going to draw our box, and in this case the highest common factor is 4. 8 divided by 4 gives us 2, so we end up with 2x, plus 28 divided by 4 gives us 7, so we end up with 2x plus 7. So 4 out the front and 2x plus 7 in our brackets. Very last one, I thought we'd do an example with negatives. So draw our box again. This time our highest common factor is negative 3. So we take out our negative 3. And if we remove that, we end up with just a on its own, and then this becomes a plus 1, because positive 1 times negative 3 gives us negative 3. So we end up with a plus 1, and in our brackets that becomes negative 3 brackets a plus 1. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember, if you have any questions, please make sure you ask. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next lesson. Thanks, guys.